Hey everybody, it's 13th Wolfman. You know what today is? Today is day 29 of the 31 days of horror. 2 days. 2 days left. Man, this month flew by. It seems like it went by faster this year than it does in the last, 10 years. So, I've got a movie for you today, but before we talk about the movie, let's talk about a few other things. Let's talk about liking, subscribing, and sharing. Oh my. When you like, subscribe, share, I want you to comment. Why do I want you to comment? Because I always want to know what you have to say. That's right. And when you do subscribe, make sure you hit the bell. Helps get my stuff out there, and it helps you be notified when I put something new up. There are other people doing this. There's I Am the Ice Lord. There's Mood 616, Double Shot J, Nightmare Maven. Let's talk about movies. Who else is doing it? Retro Horror, Random Horror. Tony has 9 fingers. Yeah, go over and say hi to Tony. Tony's a good man. And the one and only MSJ. Brother Max to everybody else. Go over and see Brother Max. Tell him I tell you to say hi. Brother Max is another good one. He does little theme things for his 31 days. So does Random Horror. Tony has 9. Tony does 31 days, but he does it alphabetically. Which that's organizing. I know I've talked to him about it. He's like, I just take them off the shelf. But I'm like, yeah, but you still need to know which ones you've watched and which ones you haven't watched. And yeah, that's a lot of work. Me, I got one theme every year, and that's Italian Sunday. That's coming up. So, but let's talk about the movie today. The movie today is The Atomic Brain. So, 2 days ago, I did The Brain That Wouldn't Die. Yesterday, I did The Head. And today, we're doing The Atomic Brain. Is there a theme? Just a small one? Yeah, this one, actually, I like the stories for all these movies. This one's the shortest. It comes in at 1 hour and 4 minutes. But the story behind it is very, very, and I used this word yesterday, diabolical. Very, very twisted. So this old lady named Mrs. March, she's like 80 or 90 years old. She's got one foot in the grave with one on the banana peel. She's getting ready to expire. But she's rich and she has no one to leave her money to. She's also very greedy because she has no one to leave her money to. She wants to leave it to herself. How do you think she's going to do that? Well, she's been funding a doctor that's figured out a way to put someone else's brain, to put your brain in someone else's body, and using a nuclear, device to make sure that all the synapses are snapping and everything. So he's gonna put Mrs. March's brain in a young, beautiful body. That way she could live another 70 years, if she doesn't get killed in a car accident or, have a piano drop on her like in the old comedy movies. But so he's figured out how to do this. He did it with the dog. And so they sent away to Europe for three women to basically enjoy the employment of Mrs. March. They're applying to be caretakers. That's the word I'm looking for. They're applying to be caretakers, and when they get here from Europe, one's from England, one's from Austria, and one's from Spain. They look the bodies over. The one from Spain's not going to work because she's got a birthmark on her back. Mrs. March wants nothing but perfection. So they take Anita, the the girl from Spain, and she's now just no. She's no better than a lab rat or a hamster or something like that. She's something to try stuff on. And now you have B, and you have and Nina. Nina's the one from Austria. B's the one that's from England. And they both have pretty much the same measurements. I honestly think that B is cuter than Nina, but they go with Nina as the body. And I'm not going to tell you what happens, but this is really an interesting movie. The interesting thing about this movie is, like I said before, it's only an hour and 4 minutes. It drags a little. It's a fun movie, and I definitely say check this out. But it felt like it was longer than an hour and 4 minutes. So when I got over it, I'm like, well, this is only an hour and 4 minutes, but it definitely felt like it was longer. So that means there must have been a lull in there somewhere that dragged a little. I just don't know where. I enjoyed the movie. I would give this 2 3/4 chainsaws out of 4, easy. This is on Brother Max's scale. Let's see, where would I put this? I really like to watch it with the friends, but I'm gonna give it a 3 on Brother Max's scale, which is it's average. Doesn't really lend itself to pushing forward the horror genre. And that's about where this falls, because like I said, I've done 2 other movies that have a similar story to it. But I will tell you this, you'll enjoy this movie. It's a very small cast. You have the 3 girls, you have the doctor, you have Mrs. March, you have Mrs. March's gigolo boyfriend, a cat, and I think another experiment. We don't really get a whole idea, but there's a guy that's chained up around the premises who's got like tusks coming out of the bottom of his jawline. So he's there, and that's pretty much it. That's the entire cast. Like I said, it's a good time. With that being said, I am the 13th Wolfman. I am on the prowl.